Well, you have to define for me what do you mean by danger. There is quite a few definitions now of danger. I can speak a lot about the type of danger that we're having here in the region, and it's quite multifaceted, to be honest. One that has to do with deep national security issues, such as safety of people, first and foremost, such as the ability to continue running our economy at all levels, including ensuring that we continue supplying the world with the required energy. And as you have seen last week, we have made a political statement saying clearly that we are no longer responsible on the issue of security of supply, fundamentally because we don't see that there is enough attendance to this issue, collective, comprehensive attendance to this issue. So there is a serious issue for us. It certainly, it goes without saying that if this security of supply is impacted, it would impact us, certainly our economy, our well-being, our people, but more fundamentally, I think it's also will affect the world economy. So you are into a period of jittery period defined by unfortunate narrow band approaches where people are focused on their regional issues without looking comprehensively to the impact, the global impact.
Yesterday, when I was sitting in an exclusive interview with His Excellency Al-Masroui, he told me that Russia is an important part of the OPEC Plus alliance. It is the plus in OPEC Plus, and that they will remain a part of the alliance.
I don't think I just want people to pause and think of the last 2 years and ask this question. If it wasn't for OPEC Plus, what would have happened to energy security, energy sustainability, and energy market stability? And I go by not only oil, but the broader perspectives of energy. So I'm not going to be attending for what Russia may do or do not, but Russia is a country that produces roughly 10-something million barrels a day, which is almost 10% of what the world is consuming. It also produces a good amount of gas and a major component of the gas. So my reaction to your question has to do with the sizable contribution it makes. Now, I listened to Sahel from afar on what he said yesterday about the relevance of the contribution of Russia. I know that we are getting into a tacky, tiptoeing issue. I certainly believe that if it wasn't for OPEC Plus existence, we would not be celebrating a sustainable energy market to its level with the even today's volatility, because volatility would have been even worse
if OPEC Plus were not together.
Were not together and did not exist and did not attend to the market. Again, let's not forget that April 2020 we had a negative prices. And if it wasn't for OPEC Plus existing, that negative prices could have stayed with us for a few more months. I don't know, for until so many people would be ouching and ouching and ouching until more and more barrels will be out of the market. And as you have seen, some of these barrels that went out of the market did not come back. And there are people, serious people, that they would like to bring more barrels, but the barrels are not coming because the storyline. Sorry, sir, if I can take some more time. My great friend Sultan and I, we were in Glasgow. He was kind enough to be with me that day when I made my speech. I'm not going to, bet on people's memory that they probably would forget. You could find it, you could see it. In Glasgow, I made a speech. The last paragraph of that speech, I enumerated 3 things. And it was in Glasgow, when everybody was talking about, as Sir was saying, about sustainability, climate change, climate change, climate change. I said, and I would repeat, and I would differ with Dan Yergin, because I was the one who first mentioned security of supply at that meeting. I said, the pillars of what we do should be energy security. Second, economic sustainability and growth and prosperity. Third, and I'm not ranking, but actually I call them the 3 pillars. Climate change attendance. But truly, you cannot attend to climate change without getting energy security. And certainly, if you don't have energy security, you would not have economic prosperity, you would not have economic growth. And if you don't have the 2, you would not lose the means of attending to climate change.
Yes.
In that day, I can see it in faces. Oh, yeah. He's the representative of Saudi Arabia bragging about these things. Well, here comes Johnny. Look at what was happening today. Who's talking about climate change now?
Yeah.
Who's talking about but attending to energy security, first and foremost? Look at the countries that juggled their own energy mix. Look at how much people are advancing the idea of thoughts. We should focus on energy, on oil and gas, and we are pro-producing oil and gas.
You will.
And pro, hallelujah, pro using coal.